I love the Lord because he has heard the voice of my supplication. Greetings, St. Paul's, and blessings on this Wednesday. Today, those of you who live in the Bay Area are quite aware that outside, the skies are looking gloomy. Actually, this morning when I woke up, I thought I was in the midst of a movie, a sci-fi kind of movie. It brought to mind the movie Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he spent some time living on Mars. For those of you who do not live in the Bay Area, look at the news. The sky woke up red, then turned to orange, and right now it's noon, and it seems as though it's midnight outside. But in the midst of all of that, I thought it was important for us to think about the ways in which God calls us to work and to action in our day. Today we celebrate the feast of Constance and her companions. Constance was a nun, an Episcopal nun, who lived in the 19th century in Memphis during the yellow fever outbreak, when more than half of the population of Memphis left because of fear. Constance and several of her sisters and priests stayed behind to care for those who were in need, those who were sick. They ended up dying except for two of them. And today we celebrate their willingness to stay and care for those in need, for those who were ill, even at the risk of their own lives. So as we journey through this day, I pray that we are open in heart and mind to celebrate those among us who continuously put themselves at risk for the well-being of others. We're living in a time of pandemic. We're living in a time of serious wildfires all along the west coast of the United States. And that is only to mention one or two of the things that are happening in the world today. It only takes a few minutes on television watching the news to realize that there are many more other things happening in the world that are taking the lives and risking the lives of so many people today. We offer thanks to God and prayer for safety for those who, listening to God's call to serve, have been giving themselves and continue to give themselves to the service of others at the risk of their own lives. The companions of Constance in 1878 were 8. But since then, and in our day, the numbers have multiplied to thousands and millions of frontline workers, nurses, doctors, healthcare workers, and people who help them, janitors and others, do the work that needs to be done so that others can be cared for in their time of distress and deep illness. We are thankful to God for their efforts and continue to pray for their well-being and health. May you be filled with God's grace today, St. Paul's, knowing that the Holy Spirit of God surrounds you, enfolds you, and gives you the strength and the courage to meet the challenge of the day to come. May you meet the call to serve in the same way in which God has served you. Blessings, and have a good rest of your day.